what does the future of transport look like? In the 50s, 60s and 70s, our visions looked a little bit like this.
Tower to Firebird 2. All traffic moving in normal pattern.
A modern Frankenstein.
It's basically a flying chassis on which a variety of body types can be mounted.
Although the majority of these concepts haven't exactly panned out as we predicted, fast forward to now, we're still living in the future. Transportation as we know it is changing as the world moves towards a cleaner and emission-free landscape. Electric vehicles are realistic propositions for more people, charge times are tumbling, and ranges are growing. As well as electrifying more traditional vehicles, electric power is changing the way people travel in other ways as well. From silently hurling people through the sky to getting you quickly from A to B, we're on the cusp of an electric revolution, shifting the way we travel not only around the corner, but around the world too. The aerospace industry has been working on electric planes for a while. The Pipistrel Velis Electro from Slovenia was recently granted a worldwide certificate to operate by the European Aviation Safety Agency. It's a two-seater capable of 80 minutes of electric flights, powered by an electric motor and 2 battery packs. It's designed to be a training plane able to carry up to 600 kilograms and takes 40 to 70 minutes to recharge. Another company which aims to bring all electric flights to consumers is Magnix and Aerotech with their Grand Caravan innovation. According to the companies behind the project, it's the largest all-electric passenger or cargo aircraft ever to fly. The Grand Caravan receives power from Magnix Magni 500, a 750 horsepower all-electric propulsion system, which as configured can carry up to 4 to 5 passengers on flights of up to 100 miles. Bigger firms like Airbus have been working on smaller planes too. In 2015, its twin-propeller electric E-Fan crossed the English Channel, while electric planes with vertical takeoff and landing have been testing since the tail end of the last decade. In a pivotal time for the auto industry, it's unsurprising that some of the major names in the car industry have set their eyes on personal air mobility. Daimler has invested in Volocopter, a company which is developing electrical urban air mobility in the form of vertical takeoff and landing air taxi services, designed to operate in the world's megacities. The Volocopter is packed with technology. Electrically powered, it has 18 rotors, ultra-modern assistance systems and more than 100 microprocessors. Aston Martin has been working in partnership with Cranfield University and Rolls-Royce in its exploration into personal air mobility, with its Volante Vision concept. As the name suggests, this is only a concept and something James Bond and the consumer market will have to wait a little longer for. The German giant Porsche has partnered with Boeing to develop its aviation product. Although still in its infancy, the name has yet to be revealed. The early images, though, do look exciting. Taking things slightly closer to the ground, traditional trains, high-speed or otherwise, are evolving. Maglev rail uses electromagnets to levitate and propel a train forward. Its party piece? It's incredibly fast. Shanghai's Transrapid Maglev train can hit 270 miles per hour. While it may use more energy at low speeds than regular trains, it has a heap of advantages. It's not affected by bad weather, there's no rolling resistance, it's lighter, it can tackle steeper inclines, and it requires less maintenance, though it does require a bespoke track. And if you think maglev is quick, how about Hyperloop? Rather than transporting carriages on a track, they go in a sealed airless tube. By being in a tube, there's no air resistance, something that slows trains, cars, and everything down. There are a few ways to make it work, using maglev tech or using aircaster skids, devices to lift the pod using air and keep the capsules from dragging along the floor. Theoretically, it can transport people and cargo hundreds of kilometers in half an hour, making it much quicker than driving or flying. It is still very much in development though, so we're a way off hopping on a Hyperloop to go cross country anytime soon, but the idea is very exciting. The Boring Company seeks to take traffic underground through a series of tunnels. Spearheaded by Elon Musk, Boring Company tunnels are designed to run underneath main transport routes, allowing people to drive flat out across, well actually under, towns to beat traffic. The best way not to get stuck in traffic is to go either over or under it. And you don't need a pilot's license to drive underground. And the Boring Company tunnels are in development as we speak. So what have Formula E teams been doing to try and push drivers into the future? Well, quite a bit. Audi's e-tron SUV, the sporty Porsche Taycan, BMW's i3 and future i-Tech, the Mercedes EQC, NIO's ESA, ES6 and EC6, the DS3 Crossback E-Tense, the Nissan Leaf and Jaguar's I-Pace are all electric takes on more traditional automotive fare. DS's sister brand Citroën has come up with the Ami EV, a two-seater with a range of 47 miles and a 26 miles per hour top speed. The Ami is designed not for long cruises by the beach, but for people to get around town silently and quickly. Its doors open in different directions, and it looks like some sort of future pod that wouldn't be out of place in RoboCop. Like the Renault Twizy, it's not a car, but a quadricycle, so people as young as 16 can hop in one to get around. In certain markets you can buy it outright, but there are rental schemes that go by the month or the mile, available to suit different types of driver. Audi, BMW and Mercedes-Benz all have a last mile device of some sort as well. Scooters or e-bikes that you can store in your car and then take to your final destination after parking up. BMW, Mercedes, Audi and Porsche, along with others, had a hand in the Ionity charging network. The Ionity network provides high-speed charging all over the continent, so electric car drivers can get fresh juice quickly and easily. The network is growing super fast too, giving wider road trip options. Venturi's effort to push electric boundaries are impressive as well, whether it's by setting land speed records on four wheels with its VBB3 or on two with an upcoming bike aiming to beat the current 329.085 miles per hour record, or even by conquering frozen land with its 2-ton 25 km per hour 50 km range Antarctica exploration vehicle. There's plenty going on a little further from the norm. In the here and now, there are plenty of options to explore. Rather than a regular old Uber, how about one that flies? Audi, Airbus and Italdesign had a concept for a car-drone hybrid that promised to make the way we get around town change for good. The pop-up next was a smart pod that you summoned with your phone. It would arrive outside your house and drive you to your destination. If the traffic was particularly bad, it could call for a drone that would pluck the pod from its wheels and fly you to where you needed to go, while the wheels would make their way back to a hub on their own. Sadly, the project looks to be a concept only and not intended for production. BMW's Design Works worked on a design for a hydrogen-fueled drone with Alakai Technologies. The Sky Drone uses an electric vertical takeoff or landing system that uses electric motors to take people and things autonomously to wherever they need to go, capable of travelling at 118 miles per hour for up to 400 miles. And though it has 6 motors powering its 4 propellers as a failsafe, if all goes wrong, there's a parachute built in to help you touch down safely. If planes don't do it for you, how about the Airlander airship? Originally designed for military use, the Airlander is now destined for luxury travel, offering select guests a bird's eye view of some of the world's hardest to get places. It's packing enough helium to fill 16 Olympic swimming pools, and its parent company, Hybrid Air Vehicles, is working on hybrid, then fully electric power for its propellers. It's still in testing, but passenger trips have been predicted for later in the decade. For all your package delivery needs, Mercedes, Syrup and Matanet had a drone delivery pilot scheme in 2017. The idea was as you'd expect. An order comes in, a human loads up a drone with the ordered goods, and off the drone would go to make the delivery. A smart idea that would also take traffic off the road. One bit of future tech that's been hyped up the most is Level 5 autonomy, otherwise known as the driverless car. No driver controls, just hop in, sit down and go. All occupants need to do is tell the car where they want to go, and the car will do the rest. Early in 2020, Mercedes-Benz announced that their cars will be powered by NVIDIA AI for self-driving starting in 2024. The system will be available to all Mercedes-Benz next-gen vehicles and likely to come with the hardware built in, similar to Tesla's current model of including autopilot hardware in all of their cars. We're not there yet, and getting it to work with the unpredictability of other road users is fraught with difficulty. But once it's been nailed, the idea of driving yourself will be something for hobbyists, while the rest of the road will be able to sit in their pod, catch up on TV, video call others, or read a book on the way to work. There's still everything Elon Musk is working on, from the Boring Company to Hyperloop to as yet unreleased Tesla vehicles, and electric passenger planes are on the way from a number of places as well. If you're looking for something a little different to get you around, there's plenty of choice. Planes, trains, automobiles, scooters, bikes, airships, and so much more out there. Some we need to wait for, sure, but there's plenty to shout about here and now as well. The future of transport isn't as far off as you think. In fact, in many ways, it's here already.